And I hope you are fine and doing well. So in this video we are going to cover like how to effectively write your motivation letter or SOP for your master or PhD program that can actually help you in securing your admission and scholarship for whatever you are looking for. Unfortunately, the way we actually write SOP or a motivation letter is very outdated and we really don't know like how to actually proceed for it. And for that reason we actually ask for our seniors, or we go for the professional help and ask for people to write our SOP programs, which in my view doesn't make any good for us. So in this video we will actually cover how can you write yourself the SOP, the motivation letter, in a perfect way that will actually help you secure the admission and scholarship that you are looking for. And in this video we will be actually going through a case study of couple of programs that will help you in understanding the stuff well. But right before we jump into it, I would like to let you know that I will be making consecutive videos on multiple scholarship programs and admission programs on my channel for you, which you can follow and can help yourself in securing an admission and scholarship in USA, in Europe, wherever you are looking for. So do subscribe to my channel and keep yourself updated with the stuff. So yeah, let's jump in. We will directly go to the websites and we will see how to write an effective SOP or a motivation letter. The thing is, mostly people when they apply for any program, what they happen is they have this imaginary idea of SOP in their mind, which they actually try to implement. So for example, they have this in mind, okay, I will be writing about my current program, then I will write about what I achieved in the past, and then what I will write about is what I will do after this program in the future. So they have this imaginary idea, and what they do is they just write it down and then get it approved from any of these seniors, and they think that okay, that's done, that's the best they were looking for, and stuff like that. But actually it's not the case, and it shouldn't be done in that way. So what's the actual way, what's the effective way, and how to make sure that you write the SOP and a motivation letter in a way that a program is asking for? So in this way I am just taking the case study of two programs, and that's an Erasmus programs, because I am an Erasmus scholar, so I found it more relevant to me. But almost the process is same for everything. So I have just opened two programs, and those are in front of you. So for example, the criteria, motivation letter, and for this it will be somewhere here. So what happens is I just open the program information, and what it is about is, okay, so try to stick with what the program has asked for in the SOP. Okay, so for example, in the program actually try to give you a little information about it in their guidelines, so you have to see what they are looking for and what they are asking for. Sometimes you might not see it here, so sometimes it's an FAQ, questions and answers, and they will give you an idea about it there. If that is not in FAQ, you can also write an email to the program where, or university where you are applying, and you can ask for what it's about and what they are looking for, and definitely they will reply, and they actually reply to me as well in the past. So what you have to do is, so you actually see and have to get an idea, make a point, okay, so what they are looking for: academic interest in the GLODEP, and what you will achieve after this program, and curriculum vitae, and yeah. So this is one thing, and this in the other thing what they are asking for is like, so where is the motivation, your reason for applying, background, and your intentions after this degree. So I will be covering these aspects, and usually these aspects are part of the SOP and programs in major of the cases. Okay, so when they ask about your, okay, so the background or the academic, okay, so what you have to do is the best way is to provide why you did something and how this program is linked with that thing. Okay, so for example, when I was applying for this, my program was in uh, economics in the bachelor's program. So what I wrote was why I did economics in the bachelor at the first place. So I wrote was because I belong from a underdeveloped country, and my idea was to I wanted to do something for my privileged sector. When I saw like these healthcare facilities and these children out of a school, the problem and stuff like that, I thought better economic policies can help me in achieving these goals. Better economic policy can actually change the dynamics of how the things works at the ground level, and they can actually help the lower class to get better off. So that's why I opted for economics in my bachelor's program, and this program will help me to further enhance my skills that will eventually help me in the future to work with the relevant authorities in devising the economic policies that will serve for my community and help them in availing a better life and a better standard life. So this is what I wrote up regarding mine. You can write different, obviously you have different programs, you can actually create another story and can do something regarding it. And secondly, it's not about country. Okay, so you can actually have some other goals. So for example, you can actually have a goal of, let's say you wanted to become a good game developer because you were very good at playing games, and then evolved around creating games, and now you want to do something at a very big level, something like that. It can be anything. So your passion can be regarding anything, because I had a passion in community work, and it's proved by my CV as well that I have done work in the community sector. So that's actually my story was more relevant regarding this. Okay, so you have to take care of this, you have to create an idea regarding this. Now the second thing is program, sometimes they explicitly ask you, sometimes they don't, but they you have to mention about like what you will achieve in this, okay, through this program. So one more thing is, don't try to put in all thing, because sometimes they will give you let's say here they have given you a maximum word limit of 500, which is actually one page, and sometimes they don't, but that doesn't mean you can write for 2 3 pages. Okay, try to limit your SOP for 1 or 2 pages. Okay, so not more than that. Now the thing is how the program is linked. So for that, what you can do is you actually have to go to the website of the program and can have to see what courses are they offering. So for example, in my case they were offering let's say economic policy and stuff like that, so in developing economics and further more courses. So I wrote about how these courses will help my further skills. It's not only about you will study this, you will study this. You have to write what you will get out of these courses, what you will learn eventually, how that will make you closer to the goals that you have in your mind. And this is very important. You have to see what's the motto of this program. For example, if the motto of the program is to raise awareness or to work in the gender equality field, and you actually are writing in your SOP that you want to work on the let's say healthcare facility, or you want to work on the better education, that doesn't really make sense. Okay, because this is not the program coordinators are looking for. They are looking for someone who actually want to work in gender equality. So you have to see what you get out of this program is linked with your SOP, is linked with your future goals. So this is very important. Now the next thing is, so once you go to this, you have to cover this part. How yeah, so once it's done, sometimes, so this in the here they haven't asked you for the background, sometimes here they have asked for the background. So in this background there can be two cases. One thing is your can educational background or your personal background. Okay, so educational background we have already covered that, but sometimes people cover their personal background as well. I did my personal background as well covered. You can cover your personal background, family background, if that's different. So for example, if you belonged from a very privileged background and there were no struggles in your journey, so that you shouldn't really write them out, because you had privilege to everything, you had facilities, everything, and you studied, so that's considerable thing. But if you belong from a very poor background or something underprivileged background, if I say, and that you had a lot of struggles, you had unnormal background child or something like that, then you can mention that, and it's not a problem. And if you had some scholarship, financial based scholarship, definitely write that off as well in your background when you are covering this part. Now the next thing is what you will do, let's say after completing this program. So in that case is what you programs are usually asking for is that it's the exact thing. It's not the exact thing, it's a specific thing. If I say I want to, become a finance minister of Pakistan or something like that, okay, to be honest, that's very rare case if that happens. So you have to write a reasonable thing. It's not only about going back and doing some job. It's not about that. You can have multiple goals as well. So for example, my goal, what I wrote was I want to go back to a country and work in the fiscal sector, on the budgetary policy with the relevant authorities, and work on the government sector, okay. But you can have a different, let's say you can say I want to do a PhD. In the PhD, you have to share, you have to say how, what's your ideas, what your thesis idea is, and how that thesis idea is linked to your PhD, and what this master program will serve as a bridge, okay. So you have to take care of that. Otherwise you can say I want to work something, let's say in USA or Europe, in the relevant authorities. For example, I want to work in the European Union Council. I want to work in any European organization. I want to work in the UN and something. So I want to work in the IMF and things like that, okay. So it can be different. It's not only about going back and to your country and doing some do social work. It's not only about social work, it's about different things, okay. So don't worry while mentioning something like you want to have open opportunities, further opportunities for yourself through this program. It's all right, as far as they are real, legitimate. It's not a problem, and to be honest, you have to explicitly cover the intention. So these are general things that actually are part of the SOP, and which we should really cover. Now the thing is, we have to focus on this. So what the program has asked for, so we have to focus on them. Now whatever you have, you can add them, but a little amount. Usually the focus should be on this, because the program has is will be looking for this, the coordinators. If you're focusing on other stuff, so let's say other stuff, let can be you're too much stress on some irrelevant stuff, like you went to the, let's say, Turkey for on an event of UNESCO, Isaac or something like that, did a community work, whereas your program is about developing games or some stuff like that. So it doesn't really make a sense until you are linking it. So the link is very important. Whatever you are writing for, that there should be a link, there should be a uniform transition between them. So it's very crucial, and you don't need to mention all the stuff, okay. You will be submitting your CV, you can write all the stuff there. Mention the stuff that's actually linked with the programs has asked for, okay. And don't rush, okay. Don't need to add too much hard vocabulary. Your SOP should be easy to read, easy to interpret, easy to understand, okay. So specifically if you are coming to Europe, let's say, there people are like, their English is not that good. So if you are using a very hard vocabulary, it will be hard for them to understand at the first place, and because English is not their first language. So you have to keep that in mind. It's the third world countries like us, we actually think that good English or something like that, like a very hard English, will be a plus point. It's not. It's definitely not a plus point. Keep that in mind, okay. Keep your SOP simple, and the thing is, trust yourself. Do not need to send your CV to anyone else. Follow the steps that mentioned here on your program, and read the website of the program like at least 10 times. So if you like the video, if you love the content, like the video, I will definitely sharing some other stuff as well in the coming videos, and regarding the scholarship, admissions, and some other excellent things. So do subscribe, and looking forward to see you again very soon. Take care, have a good day.